Hey, hi everyone. Stupid notifications. Alright. Let me just get that started. How's everyone doing? Hope you're well. Mute that. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't know about the rest of the country, but Auckland's been a bit of a miserable day. So a good day to be inside doing cards, which, you know, you'd think that would be what we did, but no, I watched lots of television. All right, let's see. I can see one person's come on. Just get my padlock, I think. Say hi if you're there and watching along. I think I was a little bit early coming in, so. Hi Heather. How are you doing? How's your day been? I'm just looking for the rest of this paper to show you, because it's one that I overlooked and thought, oh no. Hi Debs. Just a little one tonight, you and Heather. So I'm using the poppy paper, which is in the catalogue, which I kind of just like overlooked, but it's actually really pretty. It's got some really lovely colours in it. So I just thought I'd show you what it was in the catalogue, so that you could see what other ones are available. There's some really pretty ones. In fact, there's a stamp set and die set that matches it. And I was talking to Matt about it tonight because he saw the picture and he's like, that's really nice. You should get the rest of it. Like, you should get the set. And I was like, I don't know if I use it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. All right. So we're going to get started. So this is our card tonight. It opens up. It's called a W fold card because when you look at it, it's kind of a back. Well, when you look at it this way, it's a W upside down. Hi, Alison. Yeah, so it's a W fold card. You possibly will have seen it online. You could actually have it going open this way too and put your center your little pieces. Now, these pieces here that we've got on there, oh, excuse me, those ones, I've just decided that that's the size that I wanted to do it. So if you wanted to make it again, you could definitely make them longer if you wanted to and sort of center them a bit more. So that way, you know, when I was putting it together, I thought, oh, I wonder what it'll look like if it's kind of offset, and I quite liked it, so I left it there like that. And I used alternating sides of DSP, but you could put some blank card in there and stamp it as well. You don't need to use DSP, but we all know that we've got lots of DSP that needs using up, so it's another way of doing that. So pushing myself out of my comfort zone again, I have gone with a different colour tonight. So this one here is one of the new in colours. It's called Fresh Freesia, and it's a really soft, subtle kind of, it's a mauvey purple, which is really pretty and works really well. Don't look too closely because I ended up putting that one upside down. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, so it's got lots of colours in the DSP, so it coordinates with lots of our card bases, card stock. So I've got Pale Papaya. I don't think I've used this yet, so I thought that would be quite good for me to use tonight. I'm just going to pull you up a bit because I'm feeling like it was too close and you couldn't see what I was doing. So essentially, it's just a normal card base. So you're just going to fold it over in half. And then just crease your fold. Hi, Catherine. Nice to have you here. Has your parcel arrived yet? I'm hoping that it has. Oh, it might not have. When did it get picked up? No, it might be early this week. I think the courier picked it up on Thursday morning, so we shouldn't be too far away. All right, so I'm going to make the card as a landscape, and opening that way. So on the instructions, it had a piece of DSP. So this piece of DSP is, that is, oh, sorry, your card base, if you miss the measurements, is just the full length of the A4 cut in half. So you would have your A4 and cut it through the middle there. So it's about 4 1/8. And so the DSP is just slightly smaller than that to give you a nice little mat around the edge, which is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. All right. So this is another one of the patterns that's on there. And they have a really lovely ginghamy pattern on ginghamy. That's not even really a word. Oh, good. It's arrived. Yay. That was fast then. Everything seems to be couriered out of Auckland a lot faster than it does coming in to Auckland. It seems to take a long time. I ordered some coffee capsules on Friday morning and they got picked up by the courier not long after, and I'm still waiting for them to be delivered, so I thought that they'd be a lot quicker. Never mind. It is what it is. Hopefully tomorrow morning. I've got one coffee capsule left of my favourite one, and then I'll just have to drink stronger coffee. Alright, so we're just going to glue that onto the front there, and then on the inside we're going to glue our card bases. Now these are the same, I think. No, I've got 3 3/4 down the short side. The long side is 5 1/2, so slightly smaller. So you want to just kind of center them in your card like that, because obviously when you open the card you're going to see both. So you want to make sure that that when you put them together that they actually do have, you know, they are the same size. It's very easy to kind of be a few mil out. But so then we're just going to glue that into it like that. Hi Glennis, nice to have you here, and Sandra, nice to have you too. If you ladies missed, we're just folding our piece of our cardstock in half. We've put our DSP on the front, and then we're just going to put our 2 matting pieces on the inside here. Now this is where you can do your writing to whoever you're sending your card to. You could also, what would be quite nice, and again I don't have enough DSP to do it, so because I'm using a stack from a DSP share, so I only have 1 of each piece. But you could put some DSP in here, and then so that you've got your DSP in the background there, or a different colour rather than white, and then you can stamp on your smaller bits or have some coordinating, and then pop your piece on the back to do some writing on, if you wanted to. If you wanted to use up some DSP, you know, there's some beautiful stuff that we're like, oh, I don't know which one to use, so you can kind of mix and match. Right, and then we've got a strip. So once this is glued in, I actually kind of popped it on without gluing it and then did my stamping, which we might do now actually, because then I can make sure that I can put my W piece. So I've got the Biggest Wish stamp set again, and I'm going to do, let's make this a thanks one. Do I need a thanks one? Or maybe a hello friend. Yeah, maybe I'll do a hello friend. That'll be a little bit different, especially as we don't really see our friends a lot at the moment. I am going to use coordinating ink with this, so I'm going to use Pale Papaya, and then, which is going to be on my block. So what I really like about this stamp set is that you get all 5 words in both fonts, so you can use the big thick block writing with one of the scripty writing ones like I have here, or you can use both of them, you know, to join together or put above and below each other. So you've got a few more options with it. It's quite, I look at these things and then I think, oh no, I don't think I'll use them, and then I see them and I think, oh, that would be really good, I'd really like to use that. So I ended up getting it. So I'm just going to test my ink and make sure that I'm getting a good coverage. It's a bit blotchy. So using the hello, maybe I'll put it on this side. And talk to yourself when you make cards, ladies. I talk to myself probably a little bit too much when I do that. So I'm just going to pop that on there, nice and straight. Hopefully, one of the nice things with these two being photopolymer, you can see through it and you can see that you're lining it up. You don't have to rely on how straight you put your labels on the back, if you put your labels on the back. So then just inking up with the black Memento black, which then goes, I'm going to put it on an angle there, just like that. I mean, you can obviously do lots more stamping, and I think if I had the pansy stamp set, I'd probably stamp some of the pansies in the background, maybe, depending which DSP I used. So now what I can do is I can have a look and see where I want to put my my strip. Before I glue it down, though, you could measure this, and it would be half, so that would be 5 7/8. And then you'd find half again and half again. I find it easier because I know that it is exactly the same because it came from the same piece of cardstock. So when I cut my base, I just cut a piece of that leftover strip. You're just going to fold it in half, line your edges up. Really burnish your score line or your fold. So you've got one there. Then what you need to do, this is the easiest way that I found it. If you want to then measure that and work out half of what it is, then you are welcome to do that. But I find it's just as easy to fold it back on itself. And fold it down. And then the same on the other side, so flip it over. So when you're finished, you're going to end up with a W. Thanks, Judy. They are beautiful papers, aren't they? Yeah, it's funny how when you look at them in the catalogue, you kind of don't really take too much notice of them, and then when you see them in person, or made up with someone else's card, then they're quite nice. Like I said before, I think I might end up buying some. The nice thing is that in the annual catalogue, so they're going to last a year. Not that that probably makes too much difference for most people, but for me it means that I've got a bit longer to use them in a class, if we can ever have classes again. It's feeling like it's a distant memory. Alright, so what you want to do is when you have folded your card, you want to kind of have it so that it's an M rather than a, hi Andrea, thanks for popping in. So when you pop it down, you're going to have the peak up. So some people refer to this as the mountain, and this is the valley. So you want valley, mountain, valley. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to set that on here just to kind of place your bits and pieces. Before we glue anything down, I've got 4 pieces of pale papaya, and I have got 4 pieces of designer series paper. Now, because I was using a 6x6 piece from my share, I don't have enough to do all the same. So what I've done is I've chosen a different one, which is similar to the front cover, just a smaller version, and it's got a little bit of the soft sea foam, the green in it, which works really nicely with the pale papaya as well. So we're just going to lay those on there. And sorry ladies, when I did the instructions I forgot to put the measurements of these. There is, so the cardstock piece, which was on there, is 2 by 2.5. So what I've done is I've come in and not an 1/8. No, I have come in an 1/8. So it's 1 7/8. by... Oh, do you two know each other? That's nice, Andrea and Judy. It's nice when people see others that they know on here. So sorry, 1 7/8 and 2 5/8 is there, and that's got that really tiny border on it. If you wanted a little bit bigger border, which would be about that, you would come into 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so it just gives it a nice little edge, and then when it's against the white, it kind of stands out a little bit as well. Alrighty, so we're just going to glue those on. This is a pretty one as well. It's got nice stripes on the back. So there's some, these are the new in colours mostly that are in it. So the pale papaya, oops, I'm getting low on my glue. Pale papaya and I think that, actually that might be soft succulent. And evening evergreen, which is pretty. So some of them are quite similar, but I'm pretty sure that's seafoam on the front. I could be wrong. So I'm just going to pop that in there like that. That's the one I want to use. Glue the other side. Right. So has anyone been doing any crafting today? We had a special demonstrator kind of Facebook Live, which was really cool yesterday for about 3 hours. Some demonstrators from across Australia and New Zealand all getting together, and then they had some of the design artists for the stamps and things talking about what they do from head office in Utah. So that was really interesting, and we made some really lovely cards that I've put up. Hello, Jocelyn. Yeah, Christmas cards galore. They were. It's the right time to be making Christmas cards. But what I was thinking is we made this one when Angela Moritz Reed, I think her name is, from Christchurch, made this. And I just thought it was super lovely, and it just reminded me of a different way of doing that emboss resist. So I'm thinking I might do that on Wednesday. Let me know if you'd be keen to do this one on Wednesday. So you just need some embossing powders and a heat tool, and then some cards, plain cardstock. Of course. Aww. I hope it's because you've been on holiday, Catherine, and not because you've been unwell. You had 17 cards for the retirement homes. That's awesome. Is that yesterday, Sandra? The baking. Oh, that's nice. Looks cool. Would like to see the embossing. Cool. Thanks, Lisa. So, yeah, I will do that then, because it's a nice, quick, easy card, but really effective, and you could use so many different colours. All right, so now I've got my glue, my pieces glued on. I'm going to sort of centre them, and that one I will need to go up a bit higher because of my sentiment, but maybe these ones could go in the middle. I don't know, can you see? Yeah. And then maybe that one can go down. How does that look? It looks a bit crooked. So that goes up, that goes down. Or you can centre and have them up higher. I'll do that for you so you can see what it looks like. Oh, nice that you had that time off with your boys. They're looking forward to going back to school. Not looking forward to our kids. Oh, Andrew, that's funny. Is that because your baking's so good? That's a nice compliment, Catherine. Okay, so what we're going to do is these two end panels we're going to glue down. So I found the easiest way to do that is you can use dimensionals, tape runner, glue. So I'm just going to decide where I want this, and I don't want it too high, and if I just make sure that that's in the center, my edges meet here, and that's nice and straight. So then I can pop that down. Oh no, they're not the 7. Oh yeah, I think at 17 you're kind of a bit over school, aren't you? You want to get into different things. It's been a hard year though for them. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that over, keeping the other piece in place, so that then I can just pop that down and smooth it out. So when you open your card, it will come in like this. So when you look at it, it's like a W a little bit. No, I don't think my daughter, she was looking forward to going back to school if we were going back to school. She's not, oh no, she's not terribly keen on the online learning bit. So I'm going to pop these on, and I'm going to have them so that they come up just a little bit higher, just so that it doesn't go too far over the edge there. And I'm going to line it up with my white cardstock. And my piece is not really in the middle, so I want to just make sure I even up my pieces there and there, so that they've got the same kind of overhang at the top there, but these ones will line up with the white. Okay, and then you're just going to glue them in. I can hear Heather, just like that. Hey Heather, and just like that, going to put them in. So just make sure that you've got your panels centered between your folds there. And then just pop that on. I don't know why I started with that one. Oops. I need to put my glue in my holder so it goes down instead of just lying it down on the table. That's the whole point of it. There we go. And then this one. Too far over. Let's get tissue. That will spill out the side and make a mess all over my card, so I don't want that. So then I'm just going to pop that on, making sure it's kind of centered about the same distance as that one. You're not really... made quite a few with the daisy. The daisy is very cool to emboss. Glennis, it is. Oh, why have you been doing too much running, Sandra? Is that part of your job? Or is it because you're doing two people's jobs because someone's on holiday? I find that end up having to do a bit more. Okay. I cooked some brownies by my element. Oh no! Oh, that's annoying. Elements are a pain to replace. Okay, so when we lift that up, we have that effect there. So when we, I'm just trying to show you so you can see mine. I haven't glued it all the way down there, but you could if you wanted to, just to kind of, but I like the fact that it's kind of, you know, a little bit free and adds a bit more dimension. Oh, Andrea is a runner. Oh, good on you, Andrea. That is just something that, yeah, that's not me. I would love to. I'd love to have the enthusiasm for something like that, but it's just not me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've just received this lovely punch here. I don't know if you can see it very well because of the light. If I hold it like that. It's the Thank You, Lisa. So it's got a punch, not very clear. That way's clearer. An oval punch with a straight edge and then a scalloped edge, and this one actually layers on top of the other one. So I'm going to just punch out the scalloped one just to give a little bit of, because on the front I've cut out, so one of the sheets in the pansy paper is actually just sheets with large pansies on it, like these two here and these ones here that I've cut out, and then there's another sheet that's just got a whole pile of leaves on it. And they, in the set, there are dies that match. It is a nice punch. I'm really quite liking it, Heather. I do have to maybe have a look for some smaller sentiments because not all the ones that I've been wanting to use fit in it, but that's okay. So what I was going to do was just have my, so I cut off because they were on the edge, so I've just cut them. I don't need a huge leaf on there. But it's just really something to adhere my pansies to that I can then stick on the front, which gets lost. So maybe I need a bigger piece for them to stand out against. Let me get my trimmer out. But it is a great punch because, you know, you just have to punch, use the one punch for both sentiment and matting. So you get like it's a 2-for-1 really in the ordering of that. So if I lay these up, and I can just trim a little bit off there actually. There's no measuring in this, ladies. I'm just winging it. So feel free to decorate the front however you want, and it will depend on what you want to do. I'm just looking for my dimensionals. It will depend on what, the DSP that you use will depend on what you want to do on the front. You might not want to put anything on the front. You might just be happy to leave it as a flat card, and that's fine. And so what I want to do, where's my other leaf? There's something under my paper. So if I lay these out, they're going the right way. I don't think they are. Lisa. Debs, what's that punch called? Let me see if I can just find the bag because I just took it out of the bag. It is called the double oval punch. And it is in the catalogue. Is it in this catalogue? Sure, it's in this catalogue. Yeah. So in the catalogue here, double oval punch, $38. So you essentially are getting 2 for the price of 1 because all of the other single punches are $38 as well. So, yeah, it's quite a good deal. Darker at the bottom. Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. I knew you'd be able to tell me. I had it the right way. Cool. It's kind of like, it looks a little bit like a puppy dog, and that's kind of what I was thinking. But I'm not a gardener, and so I wasn't 100% sure. When I put them on before on my other card, I was like, I don't know if this is the right way. I put that there. So I need a dimension on the back of that. So I'm just going to pop that down here. And then I've got one on here, which I'm going to overlap. And then I can just use half or one of my edge pieces. I can see what I'm doing. So I've just got an edge piece that, so it's essentially a half. Just pop that on there, and then I can slide that in there. The same. Pull the right one off, Kelly. Make it a whole lot easier. It smiles at you. Ah, that's a good point, Judy. Joker face. Yeah, they do look like jokers laughing at. Yeah, they do. Now that you say that. Alright, so I'm going to pop that one. I want to kind of hide the fact that it's got a straight edge on it. but just because it's got a straight edge on it doesn't mean you can't use it. And I've just gone too far over with the dimensional. So I'll snip that off. Cool. I noticed that, Helen, that you use it all the time. Nice to see you on here. Thank you. That was one of the reasons that I ended up getting it, because I kind of haven't really bought too many punches yet. I tend to use my my big shot, my Stampin, my dies, and but we don't have oval dies anymore, and I have got the layering ovals, and I've got a lot of circle punches, so I figured that it also means that I need to kind of go through some of my punches and get rid of them, the retired ones, because now I've got new ones that replace it. Might pop this over this side. And done. You can, it does, I will show you, Andrea. Let me just get a piece of card. I've had a little bit of a clean up after Saturday and put everything away. So with the punch, if you put it all the way through, you'll get both of them, or you can pop it in just once and get just the top one. When I was doing some the other day, so I'll show you them. I used them on my cards on Saturday. So when I wanted the white, I actually just cut a strip that was slightly wider than the bottom oval and fed it through the side, so I didn't waste the top half of it as well, because I don't really tend to put whites as backgrounds. I tend to use the colours as the background, so you can kind of see the size of them when they've been punched out. And then with this one, because I had a larger stamp, I just punched the top one and then punched another one in a different colour and then just cut it in half and just laid it at the back, just to give it a little bit of a backing, so it wasn't just all stark on its own. Okay, so those are the two cards using the Pansy DSP. I should give you the proper name for it, which I'll just find, because it is definitely one that I overlooked, and it's quite pretty. It is called Pansy Petals. Pansy Petals, and there's lots of, I don't know how many people have seen. I'll show you. Yeah, let's see if I can see and make sure I've got it in there. So this sheet here is the one that you can cut with the framelits, and this one here is the one that I've cut the leaves out of. So those are the other designs there. This one's super pretty, but I sacrificed that for the gingham on the other side on my purple one. But yeah, so they're very pretty. So they've got a range of colours in there, so you can mix and match them on your cards. I don't punch, I use it all the time. Cool. All right, so those are our two cards. Two W fold cards, because when you kind of look at it up that way, kind of like a W or an M. But yeah, when I found it, it was called a W fold card. So those are our two cards. I'm just going to flip you over. So thank you very much to everyone that came along tonight and made those cards with me. Hopefully you've made some too. It's one of your favourites, Sandra. Yeah, I can understand why. Like I say, I don't know why. I have so much DSP and I kind of just flick through the pages on that one. And yeah, I loved the Beauty of Trees, I think, or something. I think it's called. Yeah, they do look like, I thought that too. I thought pansies look like little dogs. So like the eyes and then the ears. Yeah, I thought that too. So if you feel like making one of those, that would be amazing, and pop it up on my page. I'll put a poster of these two there, and we will draw a winner on Wednesday night. On Wednesday night, I think we'll do this one, which is some heat embossing, and then using some smooshing is how it was described. So you'll need, amazing how many people put their faces up. I nearly did, Sandra, nearly did put it upside down, which is why I knew that if Lisa was watching, she'd be able to tell me the right way to do it. And yay, we had 8 entries today, so we're getting up there. Thank you very much for all the people that are sharing my videos, and other people having a go. Some weeks I know that it doesn't work for some people to have a go at doing it, and that's awesome, but when they do, it's really lovely to be able to have a look and see what other people are doing. Yeah, you're getting there. Gradually, little steps. Which is good, because I don't have a huge stash of prizes, so I'm gradually building that up too. So hopefully that will be something that I can keep doing. All right, so I'll flip you around. I've got the wheel going. So I've got Sandra, Alison, Millie, Debs, Heather, Catherine, Andrea, and Sally, which is Lisa's friend that was posted up tonight. And she is, correct me, and Lisa, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's in Invercargill. So hi, Sally. Thank you very much for watching the videos, and thank you very much for making your card. It was beautiful, and lots of people have commented on how pretty it is. So thank you very much. So let's get going with this. Then because I've just noticed the time, seem to be chatting longer and longer each week, which is not very good. Righty. Oh, I haven't turned you around, damn. I'll do that again so that you can all see it, because I pressed the button and didn't flip you around. Whoops. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry, ladies. Too busy talking again, as my daughter would say. It is nice to chat. It would be nice if I could, have that conversation back. Where are we, Sandra? Yay! Congratulations, Sandra. I will send you a message with some things that you can choose from that I can post down to you, and if you send me a message with your address, that'll be awesome. Congratulations, that's awesome, thank you. And I love that some of you are doing more than one card, not just you're finding that you're really enjoying it and making one or two. And especially this card that we did, like with the 2 different sizes. Some of you did had a go at doing both sizes, which is awesome, so that you can see which one you prefer. Obviously, if you're giving it if you're handing it to someone, you can do the bigger one and put lots of detail and embellishment and stuff on it, whereas posting it, you probably want to keep it a bit more simple and make it a bit smaller. So yeah, awesome. Well, I'm going to let you ladies go because it is coming up to 8:10. I try to keep them to half an hour, but went a little bit over. Hopefully you can all see me on Wednesday. Come and join me on Wednesday to do some more, and we'll do if not, you can catch the replay, as you know. But otherwise, we will do the embossed card. So you need a couple of stamp pads and what you do need for that is either a piece of window sheet or a piece of plastic. That's just a piece that's come off the outside of the designer series paper. Or I've got a magnetic whiteboard that's only sort of about that big. So I just use that. So just something that you can smush some ink on and put some water on. So that you can do that technique. Okay. And I'll put all the paper measurements and stuff up on the page a bit later on tonight for you, so you can get ready for Wednesday. All right, well, I need to go and get organised for school tomorrow. Sounds kind of weird, but anyway, that's what we're doing, online learning, back to it. and a 9 o'clock meeting. So, yay. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.